Hello class. I want to make sure you're started out properly with idle. When you install Python, you will get a program called IDLE, I-D-L-E, Integrated Development Learning Environment is what that stands for. And when you fire up IDLE, you'll get a window like this. You'll see the Python version that you have installed. And after that information, you'll see three greater than signs here. That lets you know that you are in the interactive window. That's the window you're in when you start. You don't write your programs in this window. You can, however, experiment with lines of code, Python statements. For example, I could create a variable being just a named space in memory. I'll put Guido in there. No problem. As you can see, that executed okay. Name is now stored in memory with the value Guido. Whenever you're working with a program, you have to create variables to describe your data. You need names for the data, just like you need names for the people in your family if you want to refer to them. Now, I could, for example, now experiment with printing that out using the print function, or the print method. Actually, it's the print function, and we're printing name. So instead of outputting name, we get the value that's stored in name. Now I could repeat that line. Cursor arrow up, you can repeat lines in this window. If I were to put name inside quotes, single quotes or apostrophes, and then enter it, I'll get exactly what's inside the apostrophes. So I want you to understand the difference between a variable and a string. This we call a string inside quotes. It's for non-numeric data, such as names, addresses, that sort of thing. And when you want to display the value in a variable, don't put it inside quotes. If you put it inside quotes, it'll just print out whatever was inside the quotes. We could also have numeric variables. I could try num equals 22, and then we could print that out as well. But we have to keep the right case. Okay, but I'm not programming right now. I'm actually just testing individual lines of code. I could add on to num. I could say num plus equals 5. And then I could print num again by arrowing up to that line and pressing enter. And as you can see, 5 was added. Okay, so you can experiment with individual lines of code in this window, but you don't write programs here. To write a program, you have to go to the script window, which you can do with File, New File, or simply Control-N. And that'll bring up a window without the content at the top of the screen, without the three greater than signs. This is where you would actually write a program. When you write a program, you should give it a name. So I'm just going to call this one prog1.py. Whenever you do this for an assignment, you should put your name up in here, and possibly the date, anything else that you want up there to describe it. Now here's something that we want you to do that's not in the textbook right away. We would like you to, instead of writing some code right here, we would like you to enter def main parentheses colon and press enter, and write your code inside the main method, inside the main function. Your program will start and end in this function. This will help you when you get to using C++, Java, and other languages that also use a main function. Okay, so what I can do here is I can say name equals Guido once again. Nothing happens at this point though, because I'm just writing a program at this point. And I'm not sure how old Guido is, but let's say he's 58. Might very well be older than that. So notice for numeric variables, I don't put them inside quotes. For non-numeric variables, I do have to quote them, single or double quotes. Obviously, it's easier to use single quotes because you don't have to use the shift key. Now, having done that, I could then print out something. I'll try print name, comma. I'll try the word is inside quotes, and then I'll go with the age variable here, And then I'll go with another string inside quotes, something like that. Okay, so I'm hoping that when I run this, this is going to say Guido is 58 years old. We're using comma separators. By default, when you use comma separators, Python will add a single space, so I don't have to do this, which I would have to do in some programming languages. The space is automatically added when you use comma separators. Now, to make this work, I have to run the main function. So I put always at the end of your program, enter main. I'm going to save this now. I'll save it as, I guess I'll put it on my desktop. Maybe I'll put it in my downloads folder here, and I'll call it prog1. That's the name that I did type in there. The .py will be added for me. Now to run it, I'll press the F5 function key, or I could go up to the menu here, but as you can see, it's F5. So I'll just press the F5 function key, and there's the code. There's the output of the code. Now look where the output comes up, back in the interactive window. So you'll see the output of your programs in this window. You write your programs in the script window. Good luck with Python. Keep busy. Everything you need to know should be in your textbook. Have any questions? Get in touch with your professor.